adjustment on the camera angle here. There we go. Sorry for the vibration. Good morning. Not sure how this feed's coming in. I'm out in the country in eastern Virginia, not far from the Atlantic. It's kind of a famous spot back there. I'm out here filming a video with a friend, a mentor, and a legend of the shooting sports. Somebody that is not really on a lot of people's radar that's younger than, say, 45, 50 years old. His name's Dr. Middlebrooks. Dr. Middlebrooks. Dr's up at the 100-yard line. And we're going to head over there in a few minutes. Dr. is the sort of guy that I want you to know. And so I drove out here almost 1,000 miles a couple days back. And I'm going to spend the next couple of days with Dr. I got here yesterday. We're going to film. We're going to shoot. I'm going to learn. I'm going to pick up some tips and tricks from him. He's got a school called the Tactical Shooting Academy. Some of the finest shooters in the world he's competed against. He's won stages and matches against some of the finest shooters in the world. I believe he's got a half a dozen to a dozen world titles and a handful of national titles. Piles of state matches he's won, piles of regional and multi-state matches. He's been a, what's a good word? He has been a subject matter expert to some of the finest tactical teams in the world. One of them's from the Navy. Actually, there's a range over here dedicated on his property to that team because they're not far down the road and they come out here and train. So I thought I'd give you guys a little taste of what we're going to do out here today. And the first drill that we're going to film, which I'll collect here and share with you in a bit, is we're going to be shooting from the hip, no sighted fire, on that square piece of steel down there. Can you see it? Let's see, right there. Looks like it's a 18 by 24, probably about how big it is. No sights are on the gun, so the gun he's going to have me shoot has no sights on it. And it's not trick shooting. The point of it isn't trick shooting. It's validating his life's work. And I'm excited to learn. You guys that have followed me know that I love working unsighted fire, not to screw around, but to develop our martial craft into something that's the most useful possible. So just to prove what his techniques, how his techniques work, he's going to start me out at the 100-yard line. So I'll catch that. I'm not going to be able to do it live because I want to pay attention. I'm here to learn. So I will, once we start shooting, I'll catch that video and I'm going to upload it for you guys later. So do me a favor. I want you to do some research on Dr. Middlebrooks. Dr. does have some stuff on YouTube. He's got some stuff from some videos that he did in the early 2000s that he shared. Awesome dude, a pioneer of the shooting sports. There's a lot of techniques that people use today. There's some famous shooter guys. Thumbs forward grip, that roll out with that locked forward thumb. A lot of that stuff came from this guy's head 20, 30 years ago. There's other guys that lay claim to it. The rollout of the support hand. The guys that are laying claim to that, a lot of them don't even know Dr's name. Not that they're stealing it from him. That's not my suggestion. Usually if we look at a problem, we humans will arrive at similar conclusions. He just arrived at some of these conclusions while many of us were still in diapers. So, I'm going to finish jamming mags. I've got a pile of them loaded up here. When I say a pile, I mean a pile. Thank you, Superbell. We're going to get out there and shoot. Check out Dr. Middlebrooks. And come back to this video or to the one that I'm going to post up later and leave a comment. If you tell me what you found out about it, tell me what you learned, tell me how some of that stuff may improve your shooting. When we say things like there's nothing new, well, there is. Guns didn't exist until somebody created them. Techniques evolve and change, and this guy pioneered some stuff, so much so that I carved out days of my busy summer to travel 1,000 miles to come spend some time alone with him, capture his story. Later today, we're going to film a podcast, so I am going to really memorialize, not that he's going anywhere, but I want to make sure that future people understand who some of these pioneers of the shooting sports were, especially because guys like DR and others his age and older are not big social media people, right? They're not into it. This guy lives on a beautiful farm out here in Virginia. He lives, eats, and breathes the shooting sports. Like I said, a pioneer in this field. And so I have shared other such men with you, Dave Harrington being one of them, and many others, and I will continue to do so. Not for my benefit, but for theirs and for yours. I want to make some steel ring. I dig that we get to have this kind of communication. I'll also say, I'm not always right. I don't always know everything. I know sometimes I come off maybe a little pushy or crass. It's because I'm an asshole, and I don't want to be perceived that way. There's only so much that we can do to communicate in this platform effectively. So I try to not waste time and get down to the points I'm trying to make. I love you. Don't be dickheads. Tell somebody you love them. Chase what's important to you in this life. Chase what's important to you. Our life is fleeting. Goes by so damn quick. This hair of mine used to be dark, and it ain't no more. I wish you well. Talk to you soon. And now how do I shut this damn thing off? I never can figure it out. Yeah, I want to stop the stream.